I'm filming the intro here at the end of my day's journey because I don't do anything in the correct order anymore, and it's been so long since I've filmed a video. Anyway, it's been a while. It is now November 23rd. November 23rd. So as of today, it has been 3 months that I have been teaching full-time at a local school. And I've clearly been too busy to film videos. I did not have a very healthy August and September. It wasn't really until the beginning of October that I kind of figured my life out a little bit and what I could and could not do as far as school and like work-life balance. It is a tremendously hard year for teaching, and I'm not trying to be like narcissistic when I say it's even worse for first year teachers, because we're learning things that obviously you're going to have to learn through experience anyway, but also school is completely different, and we're channeling it through the lens of everything is back to normal. And I'm here to tell you, as someone who spends 8 days with these children, everything is not back to normal. And it is affecting everyone. The trauma of last year, the ongoing trauma of this year, everyone is bringing it to school. Teachers, administration, kids, everybody has it. And there's only a certain amount of self-care and acknowledgement of it that's going to fix it. But this was the first major break that we've had off. We've had 1 and 2 days every few weeks for the whole semester. We've had some work days and some planning days that have, mentally saved my life. And but we got Monday and Tuesday off of Thanksgiving as remote work days. So I've been able to get some like planning and some grading done for the last 2 full weeks of school that happened after this break. And I took today to sort of do some shopping, get some more books from my library, and get some Christmas stuff done that I had wanted to do. And I feel a little bit better than I did, again, like 3 months ago. It has been a while on this channel, and I'm sorry if you are someone who regularly liked to consume my content. I promise I'll try to get more regular about things, but this isn't a high priority for me. I just don't have the time to film, and I don't have anything really interesting to say or add. I'm reading plenty of books. I have read over 120 books this year. Thank God for audiobooks. And I'll probably talk about those a little bit more at the end of the year. I think for my 12 days of Christmas videos, I'll go into the different things I read and what I plan to do for like next year. But right now, I'm continuing to read, but I don't have the energy in me to film right now. I just don't have this spirit of being on camera that I used to. But I am going to show you some books today. I'm going to show you a book haul. Part of it is a book haul that I got from Gina while I visited her in Charlotte. She gave me some books for my school library and for me. Also, I bought some books while I was at Second and Charles because it's my favorite, and a lot of those are also going to go to the school library. And then I went to Enjoy today, so I got a couple books from there. I'm really interested to see how my kids deal with some of these. I think some of these are really going to be popular, and other ones they don't know they're going to be popular yet. We have been doing, and I've been really pleased that this has worked so well, independent reading every day for 10 minutes. So the last 10 minutes of every class for the last 2 months, they have read a book that they chose to read. I have some girls who are reading The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, and they are loving it. They're very engaged with it. I have a kid who's reading H.G. Wells. We've got a girl that is very into Sharon Draper, and we're trying to find her something to read. We have kids who are still struggling to figure out what they like to read and if they like to read, but I think this has been a good time for them to figure that out. So we've got some books that might be interesting to them. I think what we're going to implement next semester is going to be First Chapter Fridays, where I read the first chapters of a couple of books, and they can add them to a TBR they keep at the beginning of a notebook that we use in my class. But I don't know yet. We'll see. We're going to be flexible with it. We have to be a little bit more strict in what we teach next semester because of what grade level I'm teaching. It has a standardized test, so I have to teach to the test, but I have a little bit of flexibility on how we get there. So I'm hoping I can make Fridays a little bit more of an enjoyable experience for them, and they can find some more engaging material they like to read. But let's just go ahead and look at these books. I'll show you what I got from Gina first, and then go from there. I've been successfully chasing serotonin across town, And again, successfully, I found it. Got some books, got some Christmas decorations, got $100 less in my bank account. Why does it cost so much to be happy? I guess it doesn't. I don't have to spend this money. But the idea of decorating my classroom makes me feel good. I did find some really good books, including some, like, for my kids, for the classroom. I think they're going to really geek out about. But I don't know. Why am I even in Target? Why am I in the Target parking lot? What are you going to get in Target? What could you possibly want in Target that you need right now? What you need to do is go home. You need to go home and, like, eat something. Because I think you're not thinking straight. I'm not going to listen to myself, but, like, I should take that advice.
A few moments later.
It's me, back in the car after a Target trip. And, I thought of something while I was walking in Target. I completely forgot that half of the money I spent at the craft store was literally on yarn to make my mom a blanket for Christmas. And that's worth the price. Like, I'm imagining her opening that, like, chunky knit blanket for Christmas, and she's gonna be so excited because she can, like, put it over her lap when she reads. And it's purple. It's her favorite color. They've never had that color before, so I jumped on it. And, like, my kids are gonna be excited about the books that I found that I'll show you when I get home. And I've got more lights to put on my bookshelf because I was able to add bookshelves to my library this year. So, like, I'm gonna get paid next week. Like, what is the point of having a big girl job? What was the point of going to school and stressing myself out about having a job and working the job if I cannot use the money every now and then to make myself feel good? Like, I don't have to just, like, spend money to live. And I guess I have to get out of this kind of guilt over doing anything other than just existing. I can choose to exist for pleasure. Like, I can choose to, like, find things that make me happy and do those things, especially when, my God, so much makes me unhappy right now. And that this time of life is so freaking stressful. So, my God, spend $20 on books today. You're going to be all right. Like, you're going to recover from this. So now, I think I've done all my running around. I think I've spent all the money I'm going to spend today. There's not really any other stores that are, like, calling to me that I need to desperately go to. I'm thinking about if I need to get lunch or not. I'm cooking tonight. I'm making soup. Because it's easy. It only takes one pot. And we've got Thanksgiving this week, so I don't want to dirty up everything in my kitchen. But I might pick up something to eat for like, while I'm in town. Because why not? Yeah, this is the book-related content you signed up for. If I haven't said it already, because I don't think I have, I am currently listening to an audiobook as I drive around. I picked up Grady Hendrix' My Best Friend's Exorcism, because I've been meaning to read it for a while, and it felt like a good time. I'm going to start Christmas Carol next week for the Buzzword-a-thon, but, this is fun. Everything's fun. Would you chill out mentally? Would you just give yourself a break? My God.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So, I bought drive-thru sushi. You get what you pay for, but this place is usually pretty consistent. I got a California roll and spicy tuna. And I'm going to eat these, and it's going to be great. And then I'm going to go home and organize the books that I got into keep in my library and take back to school. And then I'm going to do some cleaning since family is coming over in 2 days. Luckily, the house is pretty clean because when I get depressed, I clean. I'm about 30% the way through My Best Friend's Exorcism. I am loving it so far. The kind of 80s vibes hit a nice sweet spot for me. Not that I was born or raised in the 80s. I was born in 92, so I know nothing about the 80s. But I was raised by parents of the 80s, so a lot of that kind of filtered into my early years. So it's fun references to bands and events and things that are familiar to my childhood. Which is good this time of year because, I don't know, Christmas feels weird this year. I had this discussion with a bunch of friends, and I know we're all getting older, and it's like every year Christmas gets a little bit not as joyful, and so you try to find the joy in it. And I don't know, we lost a family member last year, and this will be our first, like, true holiday season without him because last year COVID kept us from meeting. So this is the first, like, Thanksgiving meal we're having without him, and it's just kind of weird. My grandma still can't come home for holidays because she's in a rehab center, and she's just not physically able to leave it, and we can't go see her as a family because of COVID. So the holidays feel weird, and they've snuck up on us, and so I'm gonna read stuff that make me feel like happy and content, and just try to get into the spirit somehow. And maybe that's not reading actual Christmas books, but you know, the vibe still stands. And now I'm gonna go eat lunch because I'm starving. The first one's kind of funny. This is The Wide Window by Lemmy Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events, and this is actually my book that I got and gave to her to borrow. And I think, and this is hilarious, I think it has 06 because that's the year we graduated middle school. So I put 06 because that's when we graduate, but it was borrowed in like 04. So that was really lame of me to do. But anyway, this is one of my favorite book series, so maybe I'll get the rest of them and put them in here eventually. I got 2 books from her boyfriend, Jacob. I got Uncle Tom's Cabin, which I actually don't have a copy of, and The Tempest. And I plan on annotating this. Not that I ever think I'll be able to teach it, but just in case I have to reference it in conjunction with something else I teach, I'd like to have annotations on it. I got the second book in the Percy Jackson series, The Sea of Monsters, and so now I think I have the first 2 books in my classroom library. I got We Were Liars. She got me We Were Liars, and this is a really big TikTok one right now, so I think that one might end up pulling some interest. We got The Westing Game, which I am inclined to make a literature club pick because I think I have 2 copies in the library right now, and it's a relatively small book. And I think if we do like literature circles or reading clubs next semester to kind of like give you some accountability, like with your group reading the book, I think kids would really like this book once they got into it. It's a really good little mystery. She got me The Last Flight, and I actually don't know anything about this book, but I'm definitely interested in reading it. I don't pick up a lot of thrillers and stuff, and that's what it seems like this is, so I'm intrigued. She got me Outlawed, which just come out, January of this month, which I am incredibly interested to read. And so I'm going to read this, and then if it is deemed school appropriate, it will probably go straight into the library, which I have some non-appropriate books in my library, and I also have a kid who literally did her book report in independent reading on a J.R. Ward book. So the limit does not exist. We also have Far From the Tree. I know they have about 7 copies of this in the school library, so this would also be another good one to do a literature circle, like book club reading for, because there's enough copies for multiple students to read it, and it is a really, really, really good book. Glad to have a couple copies of that. Here's another one that I know nothing about, but it's beautiful. Invisible Ghosts. Did this one come out recently, I think, too? Or am I just crazy? Did this come out recently? Oh no, it was the last 3 years. 3 years, yeah. Anyway, but I think this is really pretty. I know nothing about it, and I'm going to read it and then probably put it directly in the school library. Again, I want to read them first. And I have 2 reasons for this. 1, I want to be able to recommend them truly based on what I know about them. And 2, I don't want you to lie to me on book reports. I want to know enough about these books that you can't just make something up. She got me The Night Swim, which I loved on audiobook this summer as I listened to it. And I'm actually really excited to have this. I don't want to put this in the school library, not because I don't think they'll pick it, because maybe somebody would if they're interested in thrillers, but because I kind of want to keep it, but we'll see. And last but not least, she got me A Woman Is No Man by Etaf Room, and she actually lives in North Carolina. I actually went to the town where her bookstore is at today. I didn't go by there, but she is a local writer. And this is a book about 2 different Palestinian women. So, I will probably read this, and then this will probably immediately be put in the school library because I want to read it. I've wanted to read this for a couple months now. Or I will pick it up on audiobook and put this in the library. But either way, I'm excited to have this. So now the haul comes to Second and Charles, which is a store in Charlotte and other places. But it's in Charlotte, and we like to go every time. It's just like tradition at this point because you can find some pretty good deals on books occasionally. I've got Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream of the Folgers collection of Shakespeare, which I have almost a full shelf across on my tiny shelves of them. I'm trying to collect all of them because they've got these rainbow spines that I think are great. I'll show you. I'll oh, cool, they offer. Wow, they literally offer lesson plans. They offer like lesson plans. They say teachers go to this and get that is so useful to know. Anyway, let me show you. I'll insert right here a clip of me showing off my Folgers collection. Ta-da! My Folgers collection. Please pay no attention to the really ugly used stickers that are down here. And the fact that some of them are a little bit faded from what their colors should be. I'm talking to you, Othello, who should be bright red. But they're going to look really nice. Whenever they're done, they'll move to the rainbow shelves with everybody else. Hi, Knox. Welcome to the video. Anyway, move. That's them. So those are going to stay on that shelf. So the next book is Isabel Allende's Zorro, which I'm interested in anything Zorro because I grew up on the movie with Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. So this is right up my alley. We'll see how good it is. I don't know when I'll ever get a chance to read it. I got a hardcover of Radio Silence, which is going to go in the classroom library because I think it will really impact the right student, if the right student finds this. And if I was going to get Alice Oseman's books, I'd want all the kind of like matching covers, like the bright colors with the illustrations on the front. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll just put this one in the classroom library where it'll probably do the most good. Also found The Astonishing Color of After, which I'm very excited to be able to put in the classroom library. Every time I see my copy, which is a hardcover with like the feather on the front of it, on display on my shelf, I think, God, that would be a really good one to have in the classroom. But this will be a good one to have. I don't know. I can't think of a kid off the top of my head to recommend it to, but I'm sure like the right one finds it. They're just going to love it. And that might be a good one for First Chapter Fridays. Last one I got from Second Charles is really exciting. It's the Henna Wars, which just come out. And this one, again, I'm going to read it first because I really want to read it. And then I will put it in the classroom library because this will be really good for a lot of my students to feel represented in ways that maybe the library currently isn't representing them. So last but not least, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's look at what I got at Enjoy today. I think there was more there than I know was there, and maybe I got there late. I thought I saw someone walking by with a Stephen King book, and they never have Stephen King books at Enjoy. That's the one flaw. But I did find some really good ones. So I found Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone, which I believe just came out last year. No, 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 3 years ago. Anyway, because it's a book of the month. And they often have a lot of book of the months. So someone getting book of the month is donating often. But The Great Alone, so now I have 2 of Kristen Hanna's books, and I have read how many? Say it with me. None. I got this really cute book for one of my students. He's currently reading a huge edition of H.G. Wells books. He's just read or is reading and finishing The Time Machine. And so I thought it'd be kind of funny to show him this tiny little illustrated War of the Worlds, like pocket edition. I thought that was really neat. I got a movie tie-in cover of Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, which I know has some, we have mixed opinions on this, but some student is probably going to need this. Some student will get something out of this, and I didn't actually have it in my library, and I do not believe the school library has it, so now we have access to it. So there we go. I also found the first of a My Hero Academia manga, which is pretty cool because the kids draw me pictures of these characters all the time. I think I do have this little dude drawn on a piece of paper on my back wall. There's another one I've seen them draw before with the 2-colored hair. And they watched this show. So since they watched the anime, I'm like, maybe somebody will want to pick up the manga and read it. So this was a really neat find. I also found Stardust by Neil Gaiman, which I did not own. And I'm very excited about, and this is a beautiful cover, weirdly enough. I just love the illustrations on it. It has a really weird quote taking up most of the front cover, but that's fine. And then last but not least is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, which, again, I don't know a lot about, but I am excited to read. I've seen it enough that I'm interested in reading it. There were some other really good books there. They had Tell the Wolves I'm Home. They had, They had a bunch of other book of the months, but they had books that I already owned. I either have a copy of it here, I've been gifted a copy, or it's already in the library, and it didn't feel right to get something just because you don't see it there. You know, someone else may come by and they've wanted to read Tell the Wolves I'm Home, and now they have a copy for like 25 cents. You know, that's a pretty good deal. So I also got some cute little knick-knack things. Give me 1 second. I have to unwrap my new babies. I got this little guy with a little pink bow. Super cute. Little brown kitten. And sorry for the rattling paper. I know it's obnoxious to hear on the audio on this thing. And I got this guy. He's kind of expensive. But it's a little gray cat. I think he's cute. He's got really crazy eyes. But it's cool. He's a cute little ceramic piece. It's nice. And so those are the two little knickknacks I got from Enjoy, because I'm a sucker for knickknacks. And now, what I'm going to do is not put these in my book-like thing on my computer. I'm just going to go have a good afternoon. I'm going to put these on my small little rolling carts and ignore organization. I'm going to put Christmas lights on my bookshelf, and it's going to be great because I bought Christmas lights to go on these bookshelves. I've shown these, right? I put these up on camera, right? You know, I can't remember, because I know the last video I posted here was like my mid-year review, but I can't remember if I had put up these shelves or not. I really think I did. I really think I did. That's going to bug me. Anyway, because we got rid of the piano, and so I realized last night when I lit all my other lights in the room that those bookshelves do not have lights around them, so I have to rectify that, obviously. So I got white lights for that. I got some colored lights to put in my classroom when I go back to my classroom. And so I'm just going to enjoy myself. Going to have a good time. Maybe eat some candy or something. I got a package I got to go pick up from the post office. And that'll be a nice little hit of serotonin too. So, and I'm going to hang out with my cats because everybody's laying in the sun and trying to get warm because it's like 30 degrees outside and the wind's blowing. And so I think we're just going to have a nice little chill, warm afternoon in the library. So, yeah. Anyway, maybe I'll make some more videos this week while I'm home, but if not, we'll probably see you around Christmas time. Bye.